Hello RPS students, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Mr. Clevenger, and I teach theater at Huguenot High School, and I've been asked to talk about something which is the cornerstone of our profession, the theater profession, and that is the monologue. So the first thing you're probably asking yourself is, what is a monologue? Well, right now I'm doing a monologue. It's one person talking. If you want the clear definition, it's one person having a conversation with an audience that's either seen or unseen, but one person talking, thus mono, the first part of the word, in which dramatic intentions or a story might be told within the monologue of the one person talking. If you've watched a lot of superhero type movies like I have, you'll notice that in a lot of these superhero adventures, the evil villain, or sometimes the characters, will monologue and they'll express their intention. Here's an example from the movie The Incredibles.
Be a bigger hero than you ever were.
You mean you killed off real heroes so that you could pretend to be one?
Oh, I'm real. Real enough to defeat you! And I did it without your precious gifts, your oh-so-special powers. I'll give them heroics. I'll give them the most spectacular heroics anyone's ever seen. And when I'm old and I've had my fun, I'll sell my inventions so that everyone can be superheroes. Everyone can be super. And when everyone's super, no one will be.
So you can see his evil intention is expressed through his monologue. So his monologue was trying to let Mr. Incredible know that he was just as good as he is, and he also gave his evil plan. So different synonyms for monologues are, as you can see on the screen, a soliloquy, one person talking to an audience, kind of expressing what's going on with them personally. A speech, any kind of speech you give, it could be a debate speech or any kind of thing like that. An address, like the Gettysburg Address, is a monologue. It was given by Abraham Lincoln to try to ease the pain of a nation. A lecture, like I'm giving right now, an oration you might see at church, or a sermon at church. Different things. So there's different ways to interpret what a monologue really is. And then, of course, there's internal monologues as well. But even a toast at a wedding or some kind of eulogy at a funeral can be a monologue, used to either describe how we're all feeling about something or bring us together. So a lot of them, like a coach's speech, could be inspirational. So I chose this next clip is from Remember the Titans, when Denzel Washington, and his intention is to get his team to kind of come together in a time of turmoil.
Anybody know what this place is? This is Gettysburg. This is where they fought the Battle of Gettysburg. 50,000 men died right here on this field, fighting the same fight that we're still fighting amongst ourselves today. This green field right here, painted red, bubbling with blood of young boys, smoke, and hot lead pouring right through their bodies. Listen to their souls, man. Killed my brother with malice in my heart. Hatred. Destroyed my family. You listen. Take a lesson from the dead. If we don't come together right now on this hollow ground, we too will be destroyed.
So as you can see, a monologue is designed to inspire. It can bring people to a greater understanding of a concept, and it can start with a story. I find stories that are personally connected make great monologues. So, how do you write a monologue? Well, I mentioned personal story, and I think that's a great way to start. Is take something that's personal to you, something in your life that's personal, how you feel strongly about something, and then that's how you'll tell your story, and your story will be your monologue. Ultimately, you're going to try to bring someone to a new point of realization or something that you're trying to express by speaking the words that you're saying. So here's just some guidelines on how to write a monologue, because your story is important, like all great stories are important, and good theater is good storytelling. So your monologue should be in the first person, so make it personal. It's I, me, we. So just keep in that mind that you're speaking from your perspective, and you're speaking from your heart and your mind on what you should be trying to convey. It should be about a minute in length. That's a standard for our profession. So if you're trying to put that on a piece of paper, how long a minute would be, it's somewhere about 3/4 of a page of lined paper puts you around a minute in length. And that's where you want to shoot for. And 1 minute is the standard for most monologues to get into college or to audition for a show. Try and have it include intention. Like, what do you want? Why am I saying this? That's so important in a monologue, is like, I'm saying this for a reason. As you watch Denzel, he's trying to bring his team together. That's his intention, is like, what do I want to accomplish? I want to bring my team together. What was the villain in The Incredibles trying to express? I am better than you, or I'm equal to you. So his intention was a little more malevolent, but his intention still was pretty clear that what he was trying to say. Okay? Know who you're talking to, because of course we talk differently to our friends that we do with our parents. So know who you're talking to. Define your audience. I'm talking to a group of friends. I'm talking to a stranger, trying to get, whatever that is. So think about those things when you're writing your monologue. Your monologue is your story. It's your personal story. And just give it a shot. See what you come up with. Remember, you might want to try and have it, maybe you realize something. Maybe you realized that maybe you weren't so good at playing a sport, or maybe you realized that math is harder than you thought it was, or have it be grounded in something. Or maybe you realized you were wrong and sneaking out when you're going against your parents' wishes, and you don't want to be grounded, but you kind of understand why you were. Or maybe you're upset with a friend who maybe they weren't as kind to you as they could have been, and you're trying to appeal to them to be a little more kind. To be their friend, you have to be a little more kind to each other. So good luck with your monologue. Just stick with it. There are lots of great examples out there of different monologues. You can go different places and type in Google monologue and it'll come up. And most importantly is just explore and have the courage to create, because that's a big part of our profession, is the courage to create something new. And thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time when we talk about writing a scene.